the seriousness with which you have attached to this incident. In fact, we are extremely overwhelmed. Yesterday, together with your regional commander and his team, we visited the house of the mother of the deceased, as well as the wife and the children. And they had the privilege of talking to you directly on the phone, and they are most grateful. Before I allow some eyewitnesses to talk, I will give just a gist of what has transpired so far. As you have heard, we traveled to Nswatre to honor a league match with Nswatreman FC on Sunday. Unfortunately, some bizarre circumstances happened before, during, and after the game, through which one of our ardent supporters, by name Francis Yafrimpong, had to lose his life, sadly. And it's quite unfortunate because we've experienced this over and over again. And what happened on Sunday only confirmed our complaints to the Ghanaian public. It's so sad. After the sad event, we managed to get the corpse deposited at the Tsunami Government Hospital. And as I speak to you now, postmortem is ongoing. So far, we on our part as management and supporters, we have come out for the whole world to know what has actually happened. And so, it is true that our supporter has passed on, and we are still waiting for the autopsy report. Then we take it from there. Some of our supporters are here, but even before we proceed, I think that I have to introduce them to you. And I will begin with the man on my far left hand, Solomon Ofosu Wari, in the country. Next, we have Mr. Bernard Kwesize. He's a former chairman for the National Circus Council. And then next to him is Mr. Christopher Daminya. He's the current supporters chairman. And then we have Mr. Kotoko Ponsa, popularly known as K5. He's also a former National Circus Council chairman. And then we have Mr. Puku. He's our accountant at the Secretariat. He's assisted by Richard Osakuto, who also doubles as our administrator. Now I'm also helping at the legal department. The name is Samuel Safu Duku. And then to crown it all is the chairman of the interim management committee of the club, the great Asante Kotoko Sporting Club. It's Nana Apinkra, the Otumvos Kontumponia Ferhi. He has been leading the charge as we speak to you now. So at this stage, I will allow some of our supporters who witnessed the incident to brief Mr. Igp and your men, so that you have a fair idea of what actually happened. And I'm sure that they will assist in your investigations.
That we'll rather wait and use it as part of the investigations that we are doing.
Yeah.
So that the bottom line is to get the totality of the story and also make sure that we find the culprits and bring them to justice to make sure that everybody's heart is at peace. And if we are working on the investigation, it will just be appropriate that we would rather use this medium to appeal to all who have pieces of information that will help our investigations to rather work with us and for us to use that information to unravel the situation and deal with it logically to a logical conclusion. So that is my plea for now. Thank you.
Very low advice is well taken. You are the man in charge, so we take it in good faith.
Thank you.
So at this stage, I will allow the IMC chairman.
When I speak, we can speak.
So that if you want to hear from you, thank you.
And I have Assistant Commissioner and Director of Operations at the National Headquarters. I have Director General who also used to be at this town, this Ashanti. It's called Peter Baba. So Peter Baba is our Director General MTTD. And you have my brother who is now also Director General Services and just come across from Jamaica. And we have the Director General Finance.
Righteous man.
And we are here this morning for We are here this morning for a very important message. A message that can only console but cannot bring back life. I've always seen life as people running 100-meter race. Everybody has his or her lane. Nobody's lane crosses the other. Therefore, if you are on your lane and you come across to other person's lane, you can be on the first to end the race. You'll still be disqualified. In the same way, we've seen that all of us are in this world managing our own lanes. So everybody in this world is here for a purpose, because that lane has to be walked or traveled or run by him or her alone.
It's true.
So we have always seen every human being as complementing another human being and not in competition with him or her. Because the race is unique. Nobody can run anybody's race. But the beauty of it is that when that race is being run and we are in our individual lanes, what comes out of it is that the joy of I finishing my race is to the benefit of humanity. Therefore, every human being's life contributes to the greater good of humanity. And therefore, every life that is taken, in his or her lane is unable to finish the race, it is to the disadvantage of humanity. Because whatever is embedded in that person, which should be of a blessing to others, is cut short. I'm told Yao, the little I've known about him, is such that to an extent, he is part of the soul of the club, where his presence alone brings joy in the hearts and minds of people. And that's the point I was saying. He was in his lane, journeying on in that lane, and every day he lives, he brings joy in the hearts of people and happiness across the board. So the question that comes is that now that he's not there, who is actually on his lane to complete it? So that is the value of life. That's why we have believed that anytime we have a choice between life and all other things, we'll choose life, because all other things are replaceable, but not life. That's why in this year's elections, last year's elections, we did everything that we ought to do that if a table is being destroyed, if a chair is being broken, if a paper is being torn or is being bent, we will not resort to anything that will take life away. Because those papers and tables can be brought back to where they are, we can be replaced. But the life, as a result of our actions or inactions, cannot. But if, in the course of breaking the table and destroying the chairs or burning the papers, people's lives are at risk, then we will do whatever it takes to protect that life. So we have been very circumspect in our mindset in terms of the type of policing we want to give to this country. It's a policing of engagement, de-escalation, and respect for human beings. Because humanity is all what defines all of us, it pull all of us together. So in line with our tradition and culture, when we heard of the matter, over a Sunday, we're trying to put all the stuff together, allow the regional commands to do whatever they have to do in terms of investigation and taking their time and being very professional, because we have moved from the reactive policing and moving on to a level that we take our time and gather the evidence and pick the issues and take it on. So that maturity of our democracy and our society will be out there for everybody to see. That's why at times we are not surprised that people can come out and say that in Africa, if you take two countries and you want to have a peaceful environment, Ghana is what? And then being compared to countries of a level that of their development over the years that we are nowhere close for people to say that our place is being safer than places like Canada and others. And yet, we are not satisfied with that, because it is about Ghana, and it's not about comparing ourselves to anybody. It's about making sure that every lives matter. And that is why we decided, as soon as the incident happened, we did the investigation thing, which is the normal thing we do. But we wanted also to add humanity to the way we do things. That's why quickly, when we settled in and we saw the dynamics of the issue, I quickly had to make a couple of calls and then spoke to a couple of the leadership, including my big brother, and conference calls to some of the leadership of the party, and letting you know that we are on the case and we do whatever it takes to get to the bottom of it. We also took the time, as my big brother also said, to visit the family by my brother and his team, to console with their mother, wife, and children. And I had the honor and privilege, humbly, also to just express my sympathy and condolences to them on the phone, and promise them that anytime we get an opportunity, within the shortest possible time, we'll pass by to demonstrate our true Ghanaianness. So, unfortunately, yesterday we heard another uncomforting news about the passing of our new sector minister, the mother of our new sector minister. And in line with their culture and their religion and everything, means that the burial will be done today. And because our tradition and culture also tells us that we are there for each other, and because of that, we need to also come and mourn with him. And then we said, it has also offered us the opportunity to come physically then and come and see the management. And the assurances that we gave you over the phone, to let you hear it in person. So at the end of the day, you know that we are committed to making sure that we'll get to the bottom of this matter. But the unfortunate bit is that we can't have our brother. So our condolences to the Kotoko fraternity or the Kotoko family. And from here, after the funeral, we'll visit the family, mother, children, and wife as well. And in person, we've been giving them a hug. Will mean a lot in terms of they being comforted. And this is exactly why we came. And we hope and trust God. We hope and trust that God will give us the fortitude to walk through this period, which is so difficult and very trying. And at the end of it all, we keep saying we'll learn lessons. We will hope and pray that as we work together with the Ghana Football Association and with the club leadership, which I've requested a meeting with, and I'm waiting for the feedback, but I've told them that from tomorrow I'm ready to have a meeting with them, with my leadership, so that we map a holistic approach in trying to make sure that we are very proactive in dealing with some of these things, because we cannot allow another life to be lost on an issue which is just a game of entertainment, a game to pull us together as a people. Because any time we talk about football, especially at the national level, because me, I support all the local teams, because I want to be supporting Ghana and every other team I support. If you are playing, whoever is winning, I support you. When you are being beaten too much, I move to where you are being beaten, because you need people to sympathize with you. But when it comes to football, my team is Ghana. And the fact is that anytime we play, you see how football is able to pull all of us together. And at the same time, at the local level, it also pull us together. But we should look at it from the game perspective. A game to be enjoyed, a game to unite us, and a game to make our humanity complete. Because I have said time with that number, at times when I discuss things with my colleagues. I said, with all the things we do, I see we are in competition with each other. God should just give some of us the opportunity to be God for 1 hour. And what we'll do is I will put everybody else to sleep. And the people who want, anyone who is interested, we allow you alone to be in this world and own everything and play football matches and watch. And then after that, you will see that without other human beings, we are virtually nothing. Yet we keep competing, and at times we keep showing levels of hatred and envy to a level that we find ourselves, whether we really and truly understand our being as a human being. Because if all human beings are born and you are alone here, and you have all the cars, you have all the houses, you have all the buildings, you have all the buildings, you have all the planes, you have all everything, and you are the only human being, where is your humanity? So this should prompt us and let us know that football, even in that case, is not life that you can say that you can allow some competition, which to me is not necessary. But football, which is just a game for a trophy, I've seen so many of them here. So these trophies and one life, when you have to choose between, because the trophies are here. And if the trophies are here, and there are no human beings around the trophy, what would be the value of the trophy? So a game must be a game. And I think that is the biggest lessons we need to learn from this. So Nana, on behalf of the entirety of the Ghana Police Service, from a constable to the highest rank, we want to use this opportunity through you to my grandfather, Kotoko, and the entirety of the Kotoko family to wish you our best of condolences. But when we get to the family, the few words that we have for them too, we will put it out there. But for sure, be aware that we'll do whatever it takes to get to the bottom of this matter, especially with the help that's going to come from you in terms of eyewitnesses. As we reported yesterday, we issued a statement we issued. We've arrested 3 people so far. They are still being interrogated, and it will lead to some arrests, and some of them, too, based on the evidence we get, may not be people of interest now. But prima facie, we have something to move on. But as we keep weighing the evidence, we keep also looking at the case. And we also send a special team also from Accra, including DNA experts, to also go and see to it that the investigation is thorough and it's very professional and get the results that we do. So that's our humbly, that's what brought us here. And as Ghanaians, the Mama Yako. Yes. The Mama Yako. Yes. Wow, only